Hey y'all. So today I want to speak about preparation for your next season. We hear a lot of these glorified messages, which it is glorious and it is beautiful. But I kind of want to shine light on the difficult part of changing a way that you have been for a while, and silencing the pride. I almost want to say, when it's time to shut down something that has had a hold of you for a while. There's a young lady that she and I have been working on my finances, and we were sitting down having conversation. Everything was fine, and then we started to kind of zoom in on action, on taking action, on really focusing on the budget, really putting this aside for that, and trying not to overspend on that, and really taking inventory on what's being spent on what, and this, that, and the third. When I tell you, my body, especially in my midsection, like my back and my belly, started to cramp up so bad. And bless her heart, she was laughing. I was having to stand up. I was bending backwards, leaning forward, leaning to the side. My body was physically like in a lot of pain just talking about money. Why? I grew up in poverty. I have a weird relationship with money, in a sense of I don't know, it's almost like there's a fear attached to the subject and the idea of money. God is smoothing that out for some other plans that he has for me. But anyway, I digress. So because of that association with I'm trying to find the right words to explain to you all, that I have, that I grew up in poverty, that I grew up, when people make jokes about having sleep for dinner, syrup sandwiches, ketchup sandwiches, things like that. We never really ate nothing like that, but you know what I mean? As frustrating as that was, I think I needed that because I'm getting tense just talking about this. So that's cool. And I kept telling her it was because we were talking about money, and she was laughing. I was like, I'm not playing. Like, I'm so dead serious. Like, that's why. I knew that's why. That's a way that I'd been for a long time. Something that had been affecting my life for a long time. I don't know how to explain. It was just like growing pains, essentially. So then the following day, we go to the bank. We go to the bank to take care of some other business, and the whole time this young man is talking, like, I'm getting headaches, physical headaches. The headaches were new. My shoulders were getting tight. I was very tense. My teeth were clenched. At one point, I felt like I was about to shed a tear, and it wasn't like there was no bad news involved. There was nothing negative involved, but it almost felt like, I guess, kind of almost grieving something that had been a part of me for a long time, which can be applied to a lot of different things. But I think that my main point that I want you guys to understand is that the healing process, the preparation process for the things that you've been petitioning for, the things that you've been desiring, even if you haven't been making that petition known because for whatever reason, you may not necessarily have hope in an area that God wishes to bless you in. You may not think it's realistic to believe God for that thing, whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be. Don't let the idea of smooth sailing confuse you when the time comes and you start to experience those growing pains, because you have to. I could give you example after example. When a baby bird is being born, they have to peck their way out, and they're completely exhausted from trying to peck out of the shell, right? But if someone was to go and touch it, it has potential to kill that baby bird. If you were to go and try and help and maybe peel back a piece of that shell, you have potential to infect that shell and kill that baby bird. The baby bird has to go through that process of pecking, and it's tired and it's agonizing, and it's, as much as it may pull on your heartstrings, you have to allow that baby bird to go through that process. So don't be discouraged when you go through the painful part of getting to the promised land. There's gonna be different things that come up that you may or may not have expected. And it could be brand new to you, like I said, with those headaches. It could be new territory, or it can even be even worse. It could be familiar, and don't allow it to scare you away because it's a familiar feeling, a familiar negative feeling, because ultimately that this has to be done. That's why I endured sitting down talking about the finances. That's why I endured and followed through on the following day, even though I went through all of those pains, all of those changes, all of those different things. Despite that, I still got up the next day and held true to it. And I wanted to go back to sleep. I set an early appointment because if I don't do it early in the day, the kids are home, it's the weekend. Let me go ahead and knock this out. But hopefully before everybody wakes up, because I'll talk myself out of what's good for me. So this is a beautiful season. This is a time to be, like I said in the other video, consecrated. This is a time to push through. This is a time to push forward. This is a time to be inquiring with God. This is a time to be believing God. Okay? So I love y'all so much. Believe. Just believe and push through. Your breakthrough is so much closer than you think. So much closer than you think. Get out of that negative thinking, which may be the hard part for you, is to get out of the negative thinking. It was hard for me. The low expectations because things didn't go the way you wanted. Staying at God's feet will help. Staying at God's feet, inquiring, asking Him to heal certain areas, certain things, asking Him to expose what needs to be healed, asking Him to expose what needs to be corrected. What can you do on your end? And whatever you can do to give you the desire and the power and the grace to run your race. And He will. Okay, I love y'all so much.